Here really quick, I'm going to show you something. I want you to look at this real quick carefully. Make sure you study it. Study this. What I've written on this page is the names of God. When they ask you, who is God? Who is God? This is God. A-L. Al. Al. You understand? Al. This is God, right here. That's God. You can see it written here in Arabic. Right here, I've written the same name for the same God. A-L. Al. Allah. Now listen to me when I pronounce this. You see this? I'm not saying it like Allah. I'm not saying that. I'm saying this. Allah. There's a little break in it. Allah. Allah. Alright. So, this symbol, when God says, I am the first, God is talking about the letter, this first letter, A. How do you pronounce it? Just one letter is God. All. Like all, everything. How many were there? All. Was it all of them? All of them. All. Just that. All. One letter, A. See? So when we put the L beside it, it is a spell, a God spell. That means it's an action. When you speak in the old language, it is a spell. That's where the word gospel comes from. It is God arise. So you're asking God to become active, to help do something. This is why they say. Right? Now, I come to the page, the bottom here. These are some various different names that I found after looking through the petroglyphs. First of all, let me start with this one. This language is found in the quadrant of the Middle East that is a basic box, a four-sided box that includes parts of Israel, Yemen, some of the lands to the west just west of the Sinai, north and south in the peninsulas, down to the southlands of the Negev or Negev, however you pronounce it, the Negev desert there in the south of Israel, where they have their Air Force base. These symbols are found in the old caves and some of the old stones that they're recovering in the desert that are buried under the sand, out into the vortex that extends past in the land of Yemen into the ocean. So when it's put here, this right here, this symbol, let me just really quick write that one out. It's a W, so that you don't become confused. I'm going to show you something. This, you see? So how do we pronounce this? Well, what does this mean? And in the old language, you used to pronounce each syllable and stress each syllable because each letter had its own meaning. And not only did it have its own meaning, but it meant many different things. Many different meanings for one word, in other words. So now come here. This is the W. So it could say Wa'al la la'al. Wa'al la la'al. See. So what is it saying? It's right here is giving honor to God with the symbol. You know, trying to do like God does want you to do. This is what this symbol means. Then this symbol means God. All, one symbol, the A, all means God. La means arise, and so arise God. And so it's double the meaning in the syllables here. So wa'al la al is the pronunciation of it. Now I'm proving here that the two descendants, Ishmael, represented by this language right here. Hold on. This language represented in the descendants of Ishmael. And here we have a language that represents some of the descendants of Isaac. So right here we are with these. Modern day Hebrew. Alright, and in the middle we have the original Hebrew language. That's part of all the 12 tribes of Hebrew. And this one here is mostly associated with the northern tribes. The tribes of the Caucasus Mountains, Germany, Europe, you know. So this language represents the northern tribes here, the different language, right? Okay, so what we have here is God written, and specifically right here on this side we've written Allah, but it is written wa Allah. So wa Allah. Same for this side. Wa Allah. Now that is if you're doing it modern day, but see here it is done differently. Each syllable is stressed, so it sounds different than the other ones. Wa al la la al. See? How many syllables? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5 syllables. Here, in these languages, the modern languages of the descendants of these original nomads here, these were the original nomads like Abraham, Isaac, Ishmael, Moses, right there. See? So, in the modern languages, the syllables were changed, and so Allah, that's just 2 syllables. But look at all these different letters. Wa Allah, it's 3 syllables. Same thing for over here. Wa Allah, right there. So there's more in common between these two than most people want to let you know about. The religions of today, Islam, Christianity, and Judaism are religions that were made to fit a society for the sake of a state, for the sake of a material kingdom on earth and a territory that's usually run by a couple of people. And you know, religions were made that way and shaped that way. But I tell you the truth now that Abraham was not a Muslim. Ishmael was not a Muslim. Isaac was not a Muslim. They were not of Islam. Neither of them. None three of them, nor 3 of them. They were not of Islam. Abraham, Ishmael, and Isaac were not Christians at all. All right, they were not of Judaism. They weren't of any of those religions, because those religions did not exist during Abraham's time. Abraham was a nomad who worshiped the one God, all. One letter A, all. So that was the God of Abraham, the God of Ishmael and Isaac. Moses also found this God, all. Now, all had spoken a different name to Moses, Yahweh. Yahweh means omnipresence, the creator and the revelation, the reflection of the creator. All of creation is a reflection of God's power, spirit, and material, because God is part of all. All is God. And I'll tell you the truth. So that is the truth. The truth about a spiritual way of the old nomad versus the religions that enslave people today to keep on running and joining hands with these Western powers and working evil in the Middle East to control the wealth of the oils and the different treasures that belongs to Isaac and Ishmael and no one else, because they are the descendants of Abraham, and the descendants that live upon the earth this day are the Arab and the various Hebrews that have been sprinkled into all the nations. A lot of the northern tribe has considered to be itself the Jew, and there's only one place that it fits into one tribe, and so let God say who that is. there are many Hebrews all over the whole earth, and their DNA is not found by the test of man. God tests the kidney and looks at the blood that is in it and what is being filtered and how. And that is how God determines who is a Hebrew and who is a descendant of Abraham and who is not. So I'm sharing this with you today to let you understand that it is the same God for all. It is the same God. It is not a religion, but a spirit God that is the God of all. And that is God's name, all, the A, all. And so when God says, I am the first and the last, I am is pronounced Yaha, 2 syllables. Yaha, Yaha. So when God says, I am the first and the last, I'm not talking about myself. I myself am a human. And so God is part of me and one with me through omnipresence, all. But I know that I myself am not the great God, and no one else is. God has no equal, none. All has no equal. No God of any territory is the equal of all. So what I'm telling you today is the truth. These religions, there's the fighting and the rebels over in the Middle East, and there should be, because that is their land. No one has to take it away, not with puppet kings or anybody else is put there. God is getting ready to speak about who is the one who has the inheritance of the Middle East, and it will not be any of the people that think it is them. But I tell you who it is the Arab and the Hebrews, and they are scattered there. The Hebrew is scattered down into the old land of Moses, the North and South Sinai. You have the Arab that is there, and a special person who is a Bedouin, who is living like Abraham used to live. They are being pushed off of their land by the insolence, bulldozers and evil wickedness, soldiers who are continuing to do these things. That is their land. They are the natives of that. That is theirs. On down into the south, to the outsteps of the Ethiopian, who also is a Hebrew, because Solomon's sons, along with all the sons of the high priests and the rest of them, were banished to down there. And that is where the ark is, the Ark of the Covenant. And so they will be to give it back to the one God. In the south, there's the Hebrews. And the west, and I'm talking about the quadrant of the Negev desert, that territory, there are many Hebrews. Some of them are black, and some of them are brown, some of them are red, some of them are yellow, and some of them are white. But the tribes are seen as equal among the God. And Dan is not the judge nor the king, but only Judah is. And so it will have to be that way. When I show you this, I talk with this here. And so this is so that Ishmael is not forgotten. God gave Ishmael a powerful deity, angel to watch over Ishmael, and spirits associated with the moon. And I'm not talking about the witchcraft and sorcery that's going on over in the Middle East, involving the jinns, sorcery, conjuring, and the rest, because there's only one angel who's in charge over the moon. And, I believe that one to be this angel here, this one. So that is when the name is spoken from this name to the top. There's the angel of the moon, known by different names. So if I say Allah, Allah, that is the deity, the spirit, the great angel, that is has guard over the moon. The God has given this angel guard over it. It's the same as Michael and Raphael share the guard over the sun and the planet Mercury. So I will show these names to you again. These are names of the old prophets written in Arabic. The name of God written in modern day Hebrew and Old Hebrew and in Arabic. And you see the symbols. Now, this, I'll tell you, represents 4 kinds of fire. That's why I've written it the way I have. You understand? So study it. These are powerful names. These are powerful names. You see. And I've written all over it. And right here, this again. Let me show you. In 1 second. God is this. Yahah. Yahah. That is God. Not me, not any king over into the, not any sheik or king. God is the only one who is the God, the creator. So what do we know of God? So I come over here, right here. Al. That is God. Same as Yahah. Yahah. So wa Allah wa Yahah. La wa Allah. La al. La sha. Sha. Sa. Sha. See? So these are powerful protective symbols for Arabs and anyone else, Hebrews. So many of you are part Hebrew and Arab because there's many mixings there. You see. And so this name here at the top, another name. La Allah. La al. Ha al. Za la. You see? Look at it closely. So you can see it. All these names are here. This is no gibberish or anything, no confusion. It's the names of the old prophets. The moon angel and the rest. Now, God has given the moon angel power over the moon. That is the reason why no one will be going back to it without a consequence. Just the same as the Arab has been given the land to the Arab, because the Arab is the modern day descendant of Ishmael, and so is the Hebrew in the many places to the south of Damascus and the south of Israel, because Israel is known in 1947 kingdom is not the only Israel in the eyes of God. It extends down into the low plain, into the south, where there is the black rebel and the black snake that is the descendant of Dan and Solomon who went down there. Now, one day God will speak about this soon, because soon the sun, the actual sun itself, will change the pattern and the way that we live life on earth. I will talk to you about it sometimes, my friends. But until then, you have what I have given to you, because God gave it to me. I myself, I'm not anyone special. I don't believe I'm a Messiah or a prophet. I'm just a disturbed person who has a gift for understanding and interpreting old languages. I've also met the moon angel. I seen the moon angel when I was 16, and I am again being visited by a spirit that is very stern and extreme. So I will tell you to be blessed, all the God, all of you. I bless you, the Arabs, the descendants of the Hebrews, including all the 12 tribes, the quarter and the half tribes that came from Moses, Zipporah, Joseph and the Egyptian, and all the rest of them. Solomon and his sons that were banished down to the south to have guard over the ark to this day of God, the Ark of the Covenant. So I bless you with this. This belongs to you, and will be all the God. And when I say Zah, 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 all Al-Za, the first and last. God, that God. Za'al, Za. So God is, and Zaza means the word, and God's word is the foundation of all the three religions, because the foundation of it is simple moral codes that are followed by nomadic peoples that lived in the desert and were and are now the descendants of Abraham, Ishmael, Isaac, and all the 12 tribes, including Moses for sure. So I hope that you have enjoyment with this. This is powerful symbols. Write them in many places, and you'll see the difference.